Hello and welcome back to the World Football Show. Now comes a time where we actually have to see the results over who won between the three of us when it comes to the best goalkeeper of all time. Honigstein's a bit annoyed with me because I keep choosing all the right guys. Sadly, I didn't win. Buffon did not win. Are you mad, people? For those of you who did vote, and you can vote actually for this week as well by going to @STWorldFootball, and you can agree with one of us or suggest one of your own. But Yashin got 30% of the votes.
Right.
So he's been voted as the number one, and then Schmeichel came in. None of us went for Schmeichel. You can kind of see the kind of audience we're targeting in that case. Buffon, you're nowhere to be seen.
Well, you know, I mean, they say ladies first, but it doesn't mean that you get to pick always the best players and then leave us with the leftovers.
You know what? You're meant to be an expert, so I'm sure you can just whiz out someone. I actually have to remember these because I wasn't born. You were born at a time when you could have seen every single goal.
Yes, and I picked a very genuine contender, one who most people will have seen, unlike Mr. Yashin, who they just have to go on reputation.
This is what I mean. How could Yashin
That's
have
how
won?
people get elected. You see, people just vote for a name.
Or maybe Philippe is just the favorite character on the show.
No, it's because I think that if you make it of all time, we have to take reputation into account. Otherwise, football didn't start in 1992.
Ah, it did.
Okay, well, we're going to do right back now. So we're going to we've chosen that Yashin is going to take that spot.
And you were the first one to choose, because we probably would have all chosen the same one.
Yeah, okay, so I'm first one to choose. Ladies first, give me this honour.
Okay.
But now we're going to go into right backs, and I've chosen a brilliant one, so you better agree with me. But we're going to start with Philippe. So you have 30 seconds to tell us who you think is the best right back. Now, he was my second choice.
The one I would have is Lilian Thuram. I think that somebody who wins 142 caps with a team that is one of the only four to have held the continental and world title at the same time can't be a bad right back. Many other things. He proved himself to be one of the world's best defenders in Serie A at the time when Serie A was probably at its strongest in that particular department, arguably. Also, another great thing with Lilian Thuram was the fact he was extremely versatile. So having him in my team, I have also a centre-back who can cover in case anything happens to whom we will talk about in a few weeks.
30
and
seconds
30
is
seconds.
coming up.
But that's all right. I think I've said all I needed to say about Lilian Thuram by choice, and he scored the 2 goals for France against Croatia, of course, the 2 most important goals of the 1998 World Cup.
Is it shocking or predictable that you went for a Frenchman?
No, because my first choice would have been a Brazilian.
Ah, right, okay, of course, the Brazilian. Raf, please don't look at me like that, I'm sorry. Next week you can choose first, I promise.
Well, who would have known that you'd go for Brazilian?
Yeah, I know.
But
did you think
you
I was going
did,
to go for Italian?
I will go for a German, just to mix it up a little bit. Andreas Brehme. I mean, what can you say about the guy who was a left back, a right back, who scores one penalty in the World Cup with his right foot, one penalty in the World Cup with his left foot? I mean, does it get any more ambidextrous, if that's the right word for feet? I'm not sure. A tremendous player, won everything there was to win. A wonderful professional as well. Part of the great Inter team of the 90s with Matthäus and Klinsmann, who really gave Juve a torrid time. Back in the days, and just a tremendous asset, I think, in any team. Of course, you can play anywhere on the pitch.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, 30 seconds are up. How unpredictable. German goes for German. I'm not Brazilian, but of course I'm going to go for Cafu, who everyone's really annoyed that I went for that, and I really hope I didn't even win the last time, but Cafu is certainly, probably everyone agrees, is the greatest right back to have ever graced football. Probably the first one to really solidify the role of an attacking fullback. He used to always be positioned quite high up the pitch, used to maraud the flanks so well, and he just added a new dimension to Brazilian football, because even though they have the best attack, he offered another way of Philippe was looking at the 30 seconds. Greatest thing about him is this World Cup, he captained the side 2002. And when he lifted the cup, he actually said to the screen, "Regina, I love you." And that's his wife. So he's a great man as well as a great player.
Heartwarming.
Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I promise next week you get to choose your own, your first choice for centre-back.